And we're back with some more Riftbreaker. And yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit busy. Turns out the enemies, yeah, they don't like me. This game is pretty much just killing bugs, killing so many. Well, I don't know if they're bugs or aliens or animals or what the hell they are, but it turns out they really do not like what you're doing to this planet. But it's probably the most fun part about this is just the absolute murderage you get to do of all the aliens. Now, hold on a second while I clean this up. I've got a little bit of a different strategy I've been running for a while, but it does involve dual-wielding spears, which is honestly just the coolest thing. Hey, you, stop that, go away. With all that out of the way, let's have a quick look back at the base. All I've done is really just, well, place down some buildings and explored the map. We haven't really done anything too drastic. We've just explored everywhere, put down outposts, radared everything up. Once the radars are down, it turns out the enemies can't spawn inside those areas. The only thing you can get is big attacks from the outside, so we're pretty much safe to not worry about things for quite some time. Of course, we will get the odd raids, but to deal with raids, what I've started doing is, well, these outposts, I just cover them in so many walls, level 2 walls, and then some of them get mauled, but usually it takes them so long to get through the walls and be able to get there in time to save them. So I'll end up sort of zipping along to the different areas and, you know, just killing all the bugs, and then by the time I get to the last one, maybe there'll be some heavy damage on the last area, but who cares? Anyway, with that done, that's pretty much how we're dealing with mass raids that comes in. On top of that, we have gone on a research spree. 1 second, I better get rid of all of those. Turns out, beelining straight down here and grabbing all the upgrades for technology, as in grabbing all the communication hubs, really, really handy. We have, what was it, a level 5 communication hub, level 5, level 5. Why is that one level 2? God, yeah, I probably wasn't paying that much attention. Let's try maxing that one out. Perfect, give us a couple of minutes, we'll have that finished. But, technology-wise, we have unlocked everything, bar the stuff that the game has told us to do. I think the game wants us to do alien research or orbital scanner. The orbital scanner will actually move us along in the mission. But we just basically sidetracked and got all the stuff we wanted because it was fun. Namely because of that. Turns out you can just bypass the whole mission aspect of it, get all the crazy tech you want, so long as you don't get the orbital scanner. But I think we'll knock that out now and see what else this game has in store for us. After you complete the construction of this thing down here, the big rift jumper thing you're going to need later on, they give you access to the geoscanner. This thing here when you press the spacebar. And you see the way it's got that little blue sort of triangle heading that direction? If we follow that, it'll lead us to some rare resources. However, there is some other rare resources we have to get our hands on first. It's been pointed out on the map down here. So if we just jump in over there, you can see, you can kind of tell which direction it is. Then we just keep heading that way. Oh, there we go. And it gives you that little symbol there. That means there's something underneath the ground. Could just be a bunch of raw resources that you'll immediately get to collect, or it could be an entire new resource deposit. Could be a geothermal generator. And that was cobalt. That was not what we were looking for. 1 second. There's another thing over here somewhere. And there we go. There's another batch. And we get an entire batch of cobalt ore. And also a little bit of raw stuff lying around on the ground. That's good, because we need it. Now that we've got cobalt ore, though, you can't stick your normal miners on it. We had to research rare element miners. Now, they can be stuck down on top of this. In fact, let's stick one there, one there, one there, and let's put down a little quick outpost. Now that the outpost is up and, well, it'll be up and running in 26 seconds or so, we can check back here under research. Now, we have to build this down here. It's basically a research laboratory for the alien research tab. This thing requires its own set of research labs, which will also require its own set of power. This thing takes how much power? 250 energy per second. That's a lot. How much does the orbital scanner take? That takes 500 energy per second. I think we're going to upgrade our power grid a little bit. I've kind of, I may have done some upgrading on the side. Where is it? Yeah, as you can see, we just stuck in a whole strip mall full of power. This is ridiculous. I really should be getting to the nicer powers by now. But you know what? Let's just stick down a whole bunch more random chunky power. Yeah, here looks good. After adding a little bit more power, I think we can safely add a few buildings more to the mix. Dear Lord. I'm pretty sure we should be using more efficient means of power production. It's just, I don't really care too much. We've sort of gone a weird path, I think. We're not supposed to really build this way. Anyway, we had a bunch of stuff we had to build. Where is it? What was it? Where's that alien technology stuff? Alien Technology Laboratory. Let's stick one of them down here. I assume we're going to be able to upgrade this. Oh, it requires water. Oh, if it requires water, then we're going to build that near a hydro plant. Hydro plants produce water, and we can use the water from that, or well, they produce mud, which we can then turn into water. Yeah, there's a geothermal vent. We'll build one out here. So from what I can tell, the way this works is these geothermal vents, they also produce mud. This mud can be refined, so it produces 100 mud per second. That 100 mud per second we can chuck into, where is it? There should be a little refinement building around here somewhere. Water filtration plant, that's the one. This takes in 100 mud a second, or 200 sludge, and I've put 200 water. We'll chuck that right there. Then all we need is a pipe to go into the back of it. That should go like that. Then we get the clean water at the front. Done. In fact, we should be able to run 2 laboratories off this. Where's the second alien laboratory? Or can we place a second one? Nope, we can't. Building limit 1 of 1. Well, that's awkward. Maybe we can upgrade it to a higher level. Oh, while this is building, I should probably go over research. Yeah, we've got loads of stuff we're researching. You know, say something like this. This has a time of 2 minutes 46 seconds, even though it's this far down on the tech tree. We just have, 4 minutes and 10 seconds for the minigun towers. It takes us very little time to research anything. We are smashing through it at a ridiculous rate. And this, however, could be a little bit trickier. Oh, damn it. Harvesting station, and ooh, these are supposedly very good. The cultivator and the harvesting station. So I think we're going to cut our other tech short and go straight into this. Yeah, we're going to add that in right now. 6 minutes 55? Seriously? Okay, what does this allow us to do? Laboratory level 2? Oh, hell yeah. You know what? Okay, we'll get the alien flora and cultivation, but then we're going straight for this. I think we're going to take the same path we did before and go beeline straight for the stuff that gets us more technology to get us more technology. While we're waiting for that harvesting and cultivator to come in, there's one weird mechanic here. That appears to be this one over here, the bioscanner. This is hold down your middle mouse button. The comments were very helpful on this one. You use this to go find organic stuff. Like, see that specimen, Bradysflorus rubidius? Turns out you can scan some plants, though which ones you can scan and which ones you can't, I'm not so sure about. Ah, there you go. We can scan that one. Boom. And let's investigate. Oh god, there's an earthquake over there. Anyway, it allows us to tame plants and use them for our benefit. Our research has completed on these things, the harvesting stations and the cultivators. I've been advised these are very, 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 very important. So, we need to find a nice big patch of wide open space that hopefully is not covered in power plants already. I kind of covered a lot of wide open spaces in power plants. My bad. But, yeah, let's just try this place here. We'll do a small one first. All we want to do is throw together a quick sort of farming type section. Oh, let me go kill some enemies first. Before we can even get a chance to build here, we've run into another snag. Well, we've already finished our research on the next level, so let's go install some more science labs before we put down the plant thing again. I keep forgetting, our science is a little bit overpowered. This was going to take 16 minutes. Throwing on a couple of labs and we're now down to 3 minutes 57. I think that's more realistic. Then we'll immediately grab level 4. Actually, can we grab level 4? Yeah, that only requires a headquarters of level 6. I think we already have a level 6 headquarters, so we should be good to really crank out the alien science fairly fast. Down here we have set ourselves up a little bit of we've got ourselves our hydro power. This feeds its mud into these, which turns into clean water. The clean water we're feeding into the cultivator. And the cultivator just seems to be planting grass. Which I presume we can harvest for biomass by using... Where is it? This harvesting station. So I believe it's 3 of these to... Yeah, you put one there, say one there, and... Actually, there's grass right there. Yeah, so we'll say 3 of these. So 3 of these can supposedly keep up with one of these things. Now, if you're just harvesting biomass, that's great because you can turn that into power, and it should be a power-positive process. But it turns out you can go and examine a bunch of plants using this scanner thing, and you can plant different plants. I just have to get familiar enough with all of them. Like, for example, there, we're scanning something there, and... Bradysflorus rosea. Okay. Anything else? I'm going to go looking for plants. After wandering around for way too long and scanning plants, I realized I just had to do a little bit more of the quest line. Where is it? The quest line was done. Once it's done, it freed up a whole bunch of things, including the ability to go into this thing and change the plants it grows. So there's different plants here, and these plants can produce different resources. That produces some purple stuff. That produces some red stuff. Now, what does what? You actually just come in here and you go into your database. Now, the database shows you all the things that are... lists a whole bunch of things. For example, we've managed to scan some birds, some bugs, and some juvenile gervine, whatever. We'll come back to those. here is the plants we've actually managed to scan. Now, where is it? Yeah, this one when we have familiarity level 1, so it turns out we need to get, well, more familiar with that plant. Don't ask me how we do that. But for now, you can see that these plants down here, they produce different resources. For example, this one can produce tanzanite. This particular version can produce hazelnite. And this particular version can produce rhodonite. Yeah? Like, we're going to want to do that. If we can get those rare resources without even having to leave planet or move on the planet, that's great. We can set up a few of these gardens. So what we've done here is we have this thing producing these purple plants, and then the harvesters go out and harvest it. In fact, can we upgrade these? Yes, we can. Done, done, and done. That should improve productivity quite a bit. What's this actually bringing us in, though, in resources? Oh, one important thing about harvesting this resource. We need to come in here first and do this research to get hazelnite. This will allow us to actually harvest the hazelnite from the plants, otherwise it won't work out. 36 seconds. No problem at all. That'll only take a few, well, 36 seconds. Still no hazelnite. Okay, I think I have to keep doing the quest line. That's normally what happens. I get stalled out by the quest line. That's probably not so much of an issue when you're using, if you were doing the survival mode. Use the orbital scanner interface to rift jump to distant locations. Very well then. Let's go into the rift jump. Alright. So over here we have a list of all the locations we can jump to. Since hazelnite was the stuff we were looking for, let's go have a go see what they got here. Oh, I think this means, yeah, this is like jumping from asteroid to asteroid in Oxygen Not Included. We can jump to this place and just set up a whole new base like we're on another little planet. Oh, does that mean we're going to have to clear out the whole map again? No, I'm not clearing out the whole map again. Not a chance. And yes, it does look like that's what we're going to be doing. After doing a whole bunch of exploring around this map, it's effectively a whole new base, and you don't have to worry about protecting anything for a while, so I decided to take my time. Down here is this little area, and they want you to set up a farm. However, for the farm, we need power. And I was thinking, instead of using the old wind stuff, we've got access to a whole new ingredient. It's called sludge. Now, you can take that sludge, pump it out, dump it into one of these things, a gas filtering plant, and the gas filtering plant turns the sludge into natural or flammable gas. So what I'm thinking, let's just do that then. That seems like a really good idea. Here's a gas power plant. How much power does this produce? Energy 500 a second? Yes, we are going to be using these. Then all we have to do is get ourselves some piping. Yeah, this is not going to be too neat, but done. We'll probably have to start off with a little bit of base power, so wind turbines? Yeah, a couple of wind turbines should sort us out, at least to get the pumps moving. Say one for there. Actually, yeah, that's the only thing that needs power. So once that's powered, we should be able to run on natural gas. After working out a little bit of the basic numbers here, this thing consumes 50 flammable gas a second. These things consume 100 sludge and produce 20 flammable gas per second, 25 flammable gas per second, so we need 2 of these to feed one of those. And these here require 100 sludge apiece, and one of these level 2 pumps I think we have, or level 3 pumps, produce 200 sludge. So one of these pumps, feeding 2 of these, gives one of those, and that gives us 500 power. Now there's a little bit of a downside, of course. These do consume energy, so this is -5, and that's -5. So we lose -10 and gain 490 energy. Yes, yeah, no problem, easy deal. In that case, let's expand this a little bit. Would you look at that? We've got a bunch of power storage, these 2 turbines over here, and we stuck down 4 artillery turrets on the corner. They actually have enormous range, and that should hopefully clear out the surrounding area. Hey, you, go away. Well, they will scratch the walls a bit, but these things have huge range. Like this sucker here, you can see the radius there down there in the map. That thing's just going to start shelling everything it can see. Great. Oh, I should probably go out and take care of that. Well, it turns out we've got new events that can happen now.
A building has been destroyed.
Ow? Yeah, let's just get out of the radius of that, shall we? Right. Okay, so meteors are now a thing. Just give me 1 minute to clear this up, and then we'll get back to doing what we were supposed to be doing. So, after a whole bunch of work, we kind of took over a whole chunk of the map. Just because I figured we can turn this place into a farming planet. There's definitely plenty of sludge around, and we can turn it into power, and we can use that to run our farms. In fact, what's the power requirements on these things? Energy, -100. Oh, what are these? 40. 4, 8, 12. So, 240 energy for one of these. You know, I have to do some calculations, but I think we can run several of these types of farms. But we don't just want hazelnite. This is giving us the hazelnite resource. Let's go in here. Where is it? Yeah, we've got 36,000 hazelnut. I think we're still mining it back home as well. What we'd like to get is also uranium, titanium, ferdanite, tanzanite, and rhodonite, which requires a whole bunch of different plants. But I think to get those, we have to, well, access the quest line. Actually, what is next on our quest line? Oh, mission completed. Oh, sorry, I just destroyed a plant, didn't I? It happens occasionally. Okay, but one thing we can do is we can build a few new weapons. Now, we have researched the minigun, which appears to be one of the best weapons. The reason it's probably one of the best is the damage on this thing just looks ridiculous. It's, where is it? 2,400 DPS to 3,700. That's insane. Oh, wait, we don't have enough cobalt? Oh, damn it. Okay, we have to figure out a way to get more cobalt as well. One moment. All right. I got to finish this up, but there's a whole bunch of things I want to just sort of cover in this, because the game has, let's just cover how this game sort of works, in my opinion. If we go to research here, you can see some weird things like, oh, let's just grab water. Like, you can get a water pump here, and a liquid pump pulls out 100 water per second, or 100 mud, 100 sludge, or 100 magma. You can pump magma in this, so yeah, that's great. However, if you get the level 2 pump, you can pump 150% or 150, and if you get the level 3 pump, which seems to be the max so far, you can get plus 200 water per minute. This is very important though, because if we say go over here, and we have a look at these pumps you can only put them within a certain radius of each other. So once you've placed pumps down, you have to spread them out. You can't just cover this whole thing in pumps, otherwise it would be stupidly OP. So the more pumps, or the higher the level of pumps you have access to tech-wise, the more you're able to pump out of one of these ponds. So we're limited here, even despite the size of this, to only pumping out with 4 pumps. This is also what limited us down here when it came to running all this power. We could run 3 off it because that's how many we were able to support. Now, there are other ways to get around this, but we'll cover that. Say, look at this little gizmo here. This takes in 100 sludge and spits out 25 flammable gas. However, if we were to upgrade that, let's say, it would allow us to take in 100 sludge and spit out 50 flammable gas. It's just, these things don't go up the way you'd expect. They don't double their production, they actually double the output. So the input seems to remain the same, but the output doubles. That means you could run twice as many of these gas power plants out of them if you were willing to upgrade them. In fact, there is a way to upgrade these as well. For example, here is the gas power plant. It spits out 500 energy for 50 and consumes 50 flammable gas. However, if we get the level 2 variant, it consumes 50 flammable gas still, but spits out 750 energy, so a 50% gain. And yeah, if you get the level 3 one, it doubles it. However, to build the higher level ones requires palladium. Palladium seems to be the stuff you need to build the higher end equipment. It's the same for the actual gas filtering plants. So you can double your output and then double it again, assuming you go to level 3 with both the gas filtration and then going on to the gas power plants. But oh my god, there's so much extra stuff when it comes down. Like, you can get nuclear power plants. Nuclear power plants spit out about 1500 energy base. Once you get them up to level 3, you're looking at 3000 energy, so you can double your energy, still same amount of consumption going on. So let's just have a look at one of the things that's going to be a little bit dangerous to work with, because it's just so handy. We're going to go over here. What we have is a bunch of mud we're pumping out of the ground. That's just a big pool of mud. Now let's stick on some filtration on here. How much have we got in this pipe? You can actually look at the pipe and it'll tell you we have 600 mud coming out of those 4. Which, wait, is one of them not connected right? Yeah, I'm a bit of a silly Billy. I messed up over there. That should actually be 800 now. Yep, we got 800 mud in the pipe. Alright, let's hook this up to a little bit of water. Or convert this into a little bit of water. With all of those built, we have 800 clean water we can work with. Alright, but first we're going to need power to... Well, actually, you know what? We'll do power last. First we'll do a quick farm. Now, for that we need to scroll through here and find one of these cultivators. Base is under attack. Oh, damn it, 1 second, I've got something attacking something. Hey, I was about to use that. There's these little underground things that seem to show up in the middle of your base. Here they are. They're like weird little burrowy creatures that attack your power grid. I don't know how to stop them. Hey, where'd you go? Come back here so I can kill you, you goddamn annoying little... Anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted, here is our 800 water, and we're going to feed that into a level 3 cultivator farm. Now, these things consume 100 water and 100 energy, but what they do is they start planting around them, and you can choose what to plant to them. So in this instance, we're going to go with, you can see here what they'll give you, though annoyingly, it doesn't actually list everything. Well, it doesn't list... what they are. You can hover over it, but it doesn't tell you. That's kind of like one of those quality of life things I should really get around to at some point. This one here would be one of my favorites. This one comes with, it gives you leaves, it gives you cobalt, it gives you fermonite or something, I can't remember, and iron. So we're going to switch that And you'll notice at the moment it's surrounded by grass. That's because that's what those drones have been planting. But they're going to go and instead start planting the new stuff. You'll see that weird crystal things coming up. Yeah, we'll worry about that base attack in a minute. Anyway, once that's done, we'll come down here, and what we have is a harvesting station. Harvesting stations go out and automatically harvest the plants in the surrounding area. So we'll just stick 3 of them down like that. And boom. Now they're going to start harvesting these plants. And when they harvest them, they'll get the biomass and then the few other bits and bobs that go with it. So with the biomass and all the metals acquired, they'll all get stored in there. Now right now I'm not getting all the metals, namely because I have not finished certain questline things that allow me to research this stuff. So titanium, palladium and crude uranium are all denied me. But you know, we'll get around to that in a bit. However, this of course is not too cheap. If you check in here, this is sucking down power. That's minus 40 for each one of those. So that's 120 for the 3 harvesters. Then it's an extra 100 for this one. So that's 220. Then you also need to have the water plant running. So that's another 100. So that's 340 energy. That's kind of expensive, not gonna lie. So it's not like you're going to be running lots of these, right? Well, let's go have a look at another little gizmo in here. First we have to figure out what we do against hailstones. That is... well, that's really annoying. Everything in our base is getting damaged. Please tell me there's a technology to slowly repair everything. Otherwise you'll have to go around and repair every single wall segment. Oh my god, that's... this is like my worst nightmare. Why would you put this in the game? This is... oh... no. No, this is... there best be something that allows me to slowly repair everything, because that's just going to annoy the hell out of me otherwise. Anyway, say hello to the biocomposter. What it does is it consumes 1 piece of plant biomass per second, and 10 energy, 10 water, and outputs 25 flammable gas, meaning 2 of these can run 1 of these natural gas generators. So by installing these biomass refinements, you can actually run the necessary power to run this, which also provides you with the biomass to run the power production. This means it's a sort of a self-fulfilling loop. It provides its own power to provide you with the resources, meaning this can just produce infinite amounts of whatever metal you have. And that's for pretty much all the plant types you can go with. So, yeah, I looked it up on the internet, and it turns out you can get pretty much plants that will give you every single resource type, meaning running lots of these plant things seems like a good idea. And we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 800 water here. So even if we say take 100 water and run a bunch of those, say another 5 doing plants. So with 600 water, we could run about 5 of these planting stations and still have a whole bunch of excess power coming out of this, and still be producing loads of resources. Yeah, I can see how this would get out of control pretty quickly. But a few final thoughts is, this game does have a bit of a grind feel to it. The thing is, you have to go around and basically stop the occasional attack. Here, for some reason, every single attack lands at this corner. I don't know why, I'm not complaining, I just stuck down a bunch of defensive turrets and it's made my life so much easier. As opposed to back on the home planet where all of the attacks could randomly come from any direction. The hailstones are a bit of an annoyance, because if we check under here, you'll notice, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's still damaged. I went around and repaired stuff, but yeah, all those walls, still damaged. Whole power connector is still damaged. I am not going around and repairing all of those. That would drive me mental. Those hailstones seem... there's got to be something to deal with those. For a little bit of fun, I thought we'd test out the weapons we've managed to get our hands on because of all of our resource hunting. This is the railgun. It seems pretty good. This is the minigun, which seems more like a sort of a spray everything and watch it die horrifically like this. Oh, hey you, get away from me. And also, did I mention you can dual fire? Hey, you, how you doing, buddy? Dead. This thing levels pretty good, not gonna lie. Let's go find some more people to kill. Yeah, get rid of the trees first. Yeah, this is incredibly powerful. Oh my god. Yeah, this feels like the Predator scene. Yeah, let's just mow down all the trees. Oh, I'm sorry, were you charging me? No, you were dying. Wow, goes through the ammo pretty quick, but it holds up to 2,200 rounds, especially on the superior level. Oh, and the minigun can be charged up, which means you can charge it up to that level and just railgun, or say the railgun can be charged up and you can just rail through a whole bunch of things. The railgun is tied under the alien research technology tree. I think there's a whole bunch more weapons under here, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I think, I'm not sure how I feel about this game just yet. I don't see where the infinite resource sink is. I'm still of the opinion that this game is more, it's less like Factorio and more a bit like sort of Diablo-esque games. You are the main character for killing stuff, and the whole base is just to produce resources for you to get better guns to kill more things. And the bases force you to defend something. I think if this game was released about 10 years ago, there would be no Factorio influence, and this would be, you'd be leveling up to get resources and killing stuff to get resources, which I'm not sure if that'd be better or worse. I do like the base building aspects. It's just very simplified, though figuring all of this out was kind of fun. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.
One of our walls is being destroyed. New technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for hunting.
Wall destroyed. Base is under attack.